Matthew Ward message, action in Earth's energy field. With loving greetings from all souls at this station, this is Matthew. Activity during the last quarter of this year is to be groundwork for reshaping your world, and it's off to a good start. Action in Earth's energy field of potential reflects what is happening on the ground, and amidst the tumultuousness, streamers with glowing attachments are achieving unstoppable momentum and increasing in numbers. I've been a light worker for over 50 years. I am tired and ready to pass the baton. We add our respect, praise, and gratitude to other light beings, similar expressions of appreciation for that dear soul, and all others who spent the past half-century helping Gaia's people and all her other life forms. These light workers, the first volunteers to incarnate, had no external sources of illumination, yet even those who felt like strangers in a strange land intuitively knew they had come for a purpose. Later, from messages like ours and other messengers of the light, they learned that they are natural bulwarks of the love light energy Earth's slumbering souls needed so they could awaken and realize they had the power to change their world. And, without knowing who else may have come with the same purpose, each of those volunteers steadfastly radiated light, all the while dealing with challenges and enduring times of despair and heartache. In the Akashic tapestry of Earth's deliverance from darkness, their valiant journey is alongside Gaia's profound thankfulness to every soul who has helped blaze the trail that is leading her back home. Dear brothers and sisters, whether you are of that first wave of helpers, or one of its successors, you are honored, thanked and loved by all light beings. What happens anywhere affects everything else everywhere else, thus your service to our universal family on Earth benefits life throughout this universe. Why does all light forces action have to be behind the scenes? I would like to see some progress, and feel our light really is doing some good. We understand your feeling. We experience the same when we live in third density, to help the civilization change what they don't like about their world. Many of you have been exceedingly patient for a long time, some of you for a very long time. We can't speak about negotiations underway or light forces activity during this final act of eliminating darkness. However, we can tell you the growing numbers of nations that are conducting business outside the old systems is cutting out the Illuminati's lucrative profits. That development in international commerce and other recent setbacks are causing individuals in top ranks to defect. Major changes are on the way with G/NESARA. The G was added for global, which more accurately describes the scope of the U.S. legislation that provides legal footing for implementing a new global economic system. For the first time in the history of banking and commerce, those industries will function on stable, honest foundations, and at last the financial playing field will be level for all people and all nations. Have you ever wondered why Saint Germain, the principal architect of the National Economic Security and Reformation Act, is no less than the blueprint for world transformation, chose to enact legislation in the United States? He saw the Rockefeller faction of the Illuminati spread beyond that country's west coast and keep going until they bumped up against the Rothschilds in the Mideast and continued their westward movement. They have controlled that vastness from Washington, D.C., where they have literally employed every presidential administration since their forebears stealthily established the United States Corporation more than 2 centuries ago. They manipulate all stock markets from Wall Street and set usurious interest rates via their privately owned Federal Reserve System, whose tentacles wrap around the globe. The act legally tears down that malicious worldwide empire. It also ends the corporate status of the states and installs the republic form of governance the nation's founders established in the Constitution. Dear ones, when beneficial changes on the horizon start reverberating around the world, your patience absolutely will be rewarded. In the alternative news, there is a lot of talk about a big ED event predicted to happen soon. The rest of the lengthy email is, in brief, would that be good, bad, or deep state fear tactic? We don't know the source of that information, or to what event it refers, so let us tell you what we do know. Years ago, engineers in the light forces erected a powerful light grid around Earth to prevent the entry of anything in low vibratory ranges. A group with nefarious intentions would emit low vibrations and could not even approach the grid. Dark entities in the population, human, reptilian or hybrid, have ancestry that goes back a long way on the planet. For the past decade or two, UFO sightings have been occasional and always without incident, so most people are not apprehensive. They logically assume the spacecraft are from a benevolent civilization. Actually, they are from a number of benevolent civilizations, and thousands of ships are surrounding Earth. Some will land when safety is assured for the crews and crowds, and God will tell fleet commanders when that is. Faking an alien invasion has been an option on the Illuminati agenda ever since little Greys arrived in the 1950s. Since then they have been living in tunnels because they became trapped in third density and couldn't return to their homeland. When they refused to participate in made-up invasion some years ago, the Illuminati came up with Plan B, creating one holographically. In their weakened state it is doubtful they could manage that, but they are desperate, and may still have minions with technological expertise, who are willing to try. If so, a crews will turn their efforts into a dazzling spectacle. Does Matthew know when we will reach critical mass and ascend? That 144,000 awakened souls constitutes the critical mass that lets them physically ascend and live in eternity with Jesus and God is a belief in some quarters. Some individuals who believe that would happen during their lifetime entered nirvana so deeply disappointed that they chose to sleep rather than accept that their bodies died, and critical mass is only a religious theory. Other believers are discouraged because they expected to ascend before now, and still others are optimistic that after a few more souls awaken, all of them will live eternally in a wondrous heaven. The basis for Earth's ascension is the amount of sustained light on the planet. The inpouring of light from distant civilizations and continuously radiated by light workers assures that Earth's steady course into higher astral planes continues until she reaches her destination in high fifth density. That abundance of light also has helped millions of awakened souls start on personal ascension pathways, whereby they evolve by growing in spiritual and conscious awareness. Interpretations of some holy book references are serious departures from universal realities. For instance, the serpent that tempted Eve to eat fruit from the forbidden tree is considered by some religious scholars to represent God's opposite, the devil, or Satan. There is no devil or Satan, and God has no opposite. Similarly, darkness isn't the opposite of light, it is the absence of light, and hatred isn't the opposite of love, it is the absence of love. There is only a love-light, the energy, that is cosmic consciousness, and the most powerful force in the universe. Creator/creation is the only source of that energy, and the energy is the only substance from which anything has ever come, and shall forevermore. Creator gave all souls the freedom to choose what they want to do with its energy. It is choices wherein there are opposites, kind and cruel, helpful and hurtful, honorable and deceitful, good and evil, and what makes them opposing forces is the difference in their vibrations. Ranging from high to low in frequencies along a limitless electromagnetic bandwidth, vibrations emanate from every idea, word, action, and circumstance, every sensation of joy, pain, comfort, or sorrow, from everything that exists. All godly expressions in thoughts and deeds are in high vibratory ranges. Their opposites are in the low, and the ultimate opposition is the universal battle between the light and the darkness that started in antiquity. On Earth the light forces are vanquishing the dark and bringing that battle to a close. Now then, we didn't speak about an important facet of telepathic communication in our last message, because even without it, the message was considerably longer than usual. Conversing telepathically is not only the province of people. That ability is innate in every soul, and all animals and plants are souls, with varying levels of consciousness. The mineral kingdom isn't alive, but crystals and rocks have consciousness and communication ability, and so do water, air, fire, and earth, the elements that are essential to life. When God, Gaia, and Sol co-created Terra, the planet now called Earth, telepathic communication was natural throughout the realm's animal, plant, and mineral kingdoms. Every soul and element knew its importance in the interconnectedness of all, and every aspect of Terra thrived in a symbiotic friendship. The planet, then, was in its entirety the Garden of Eden. Humans and animals in the food chain made a soul-level agreement in exchange for the latter providing sustenance to the human population. They would be nurtured lifelong and death would be merciful. When darkness entered that idyllic state, puppets of the dark forces instilled ferocity in some animal species, and instilled in the human population the desire to be cruel to each other and the animals. Humankind's betrayal of their agreement and brutal treatment of all Earth's animal species contributed heavily to such a severe loss of light that less than a century ago the planet was in death throes. Gaia cried out for help and many advanced civilizations responded by beaming the intense light that kept her planetary body and its residents alive on land and in the seas. Now, the abundance of light on Earth is helping to restore the harmonious relationship between human and animal populations. It is promising that wild animals are showing trust, interspecies friendliness, and helpfulness are blooming. And growing numbers of individuals are preserving animals' lives and habitats. Beloved family, your supportiveness and steadfastness in the light have inspired these heartwarming developments that are a paramount aspect of personal and collective soul evolution. All light beings in this universe are cheering you ever onward and supporting you with the power of unconditional love. Love and peace. Suzanne Ward. The Third Eye Chakra. As we step into September, our focus shifts to the third eye chakra, a center of profound insight and intuitive wisdom. This month invites us to delve deep into the realm of self-insight, exploring the challenges posed by illusions and embracing the true power of inner guidance. By tuning into the theme of intuition and understanding, we open ourselves to a journey of self-discovery and clarity, guided by the divine principles of receptivity and the law of vibration. Third eye chakra, the center of intuition. The third eye chakra, also known as ajna, governs our ability to perceive and understand the world beyond the physical senses. It is the energy center of intuition, inner vision, and higher wisdom. When in balance, it enhances our ability to see beyond illusions and tap into the deeper truths of our existence. Archetype, the Sage. This month's journey is guided by the Sage, an archetype embodying wisdom, insight, and the quest for truth. The Sage encourages us to seek deeper understanding and to trust in our intuitive abilities. By channeling the energy of the Sage, we can navigate through illusions and uncover the clarity hidden within. Element, light. Light, the element of the third eye chakra, symbolizes illumination and clarity. It represents the ability to see through the darkness of uncertainty and illusion, bringing forth the truth that guides our path. By connecting with the element of light, we enhance our capacity for insight and understanding. Core exploration, self-insight wounds, and the challenge of illusion. September's core exploration centers on identifying and healing self-insight wounds. These wounds often stem from distorted self-perceptions and external illusions that cloud our vision. The challenge lies in breaking free from these illusions and embracing our true inner sight. By addressing these issues, we foster a deeper connection with our intuitive self. Virtue, insight. Insight is the guiding virtue for this month. It involves perceiving beyond surface appearances and understanding the underlying truths of our experiences. By cultivating insight, we enhance our ability to make informed decisions and align our actions with our higher purpose. Grace, understanding. The grace of understanding complements the virtue of insight, offering us the wisdom to interpret our intuitive messages accurately. Understanding helps us integrate our inner knowledge with our external actions, fostering a harmonious alignment between our inner and outer worlds. Sensory connection, intuition. Intuition, the sensory connection of the third eye chakra, plays a vital role in guiding us toward truth and clarity. It involves trusting our inner guidance and being open to subtle signals from within. By honing our intuitive skills, we can better navigate our journey and make decisions that align with our higher self. Universal law, law of vibration. The law of vibration states that everything in the universe is in constant motion and vibrates at its own frequency. This law reminds us that our thoughts and feelings influence our vibrational frequency and, consequently, our experiences. By aligning our vibrations with our true self, we enhance our intuitive abilities and understanding. Divine principle, understanding, and receptivity. Understanding and receptivity are the divine principles that guide our journey through the third eye chakra. Understanding allows us to grasp the deeper meanings of our experiences, while receptivity enables us to be open to receiving intuitive insights and guidance. Lesson: self-insight, trust, and follow inner guidance. The primary lesson for September is to embrace self-insight and trust our inner guidance. This involves acknowledging and healing self-insight wounds, overcoming illusions, and following the intuitive messages that lead us toward our true purpose. This month, as we navigate through September, let us celebrate the third eye chakra's energy of insight and intuition. By embracing the virtues of insight and understanding, and channeling the archetype of the sage, we can heal our self-insight wounds and overcome the challenges of illusion. Through trusting our inner guidance and integrating our intuitive wisdom, we align ourselves with our higher purpose and unlock the transformative power of the third eye chakra. Love, light, healing, and blessings. Twila, the rebel nurse. Shechina, the essence of glue. What do we do when we receive news that shatters our hearts? When we wonder if the pieces can ever come back together again? This is such a beautiful and comforting message from Shechina, the Divine Mother. Dearest one, I come to thee for you have called. I come to let you know that I am in your conscious awareness at this time. I am always there, but now, you remember that I am your mother, your Divine Mother, Shechina. Oh, there are many who say that Shechina, the indwelling presence, the Divine Feminine, cannot truly be as a mother. It is just an energy, a fabric of the universe, the love of the universe, the light of the universe. But beloved, this fabric, this energy, the essence of what you are made of does come to form, and us, in that form, you are receiving this message. And the question is what to do when your heart is breaking with news that you have received, when the grief comes. Know that a breaking heart goes out into the universe, and it calls out. It calls out for help, and the throes of compassion come streaming in as though they are soldiers, soldiers of compassion, soldiers of love. Michelle likes to think of them as warriors, warriors of love, warriors of peace. But these warriors of compassion not only come to bring pieces of your broken heart back together, but they work with all that are experiencing a broken heart. And yes, there are too many on earth at this time, my beloved Gaia, and that is why you have been called. You have been called that you can withstand the broken heart. You can feel the pain, you can feel the desperation, you can feel the hopelessness. Then the strength is given to thee to gather those pieces again together, forming into a whole. But beloved, the secret is that with a broken heart, it comes together again, it is stronger. It is like putting the pieces of pottery, of a beautiful dish, a beautiful vessel back together again. And just as there is a tradition in the Japanese tradition, that, when one glues back together broken pottery, a beautiful dish, that it is interlaced with gold, because it is more valuable. Did we create you with the intention that there would be broken hearts? That was not the plan, beloved, the original plan. But when things evolved, as they did, you and many others in the heavenly realm said we will go in, and we will allow our hearts to be broken so that we can help together, put together the collective, the broken pieces of humanity, and bring them back together with gold filling in the cracks. That gold, beloved, is the love, it is my essence, it is your essence. So know that you are doing more than you realize when your heart breaks, and when it comes back together again. It is during these times that you allow the despair, the agony, and know that the agony and despair of many will then be transmuted, and hearts everywhere will be called to come together again. And in this love that is the glue. And I leave you with that love, and I leave you with hope. I leave you with the gold essence of the glue. Farewell, but never farewell. If you wish to know me consciously, I am just a thought away. Farewell. Overcoming intense trauma. Every event that happens in our lives serves a purpose for us to understand that we are the constant creators of the energetic patterns that become our life experiences. Based on how well we can open our awareness to the radiance of our heart, and align with it, we can know how our lives will play out. If we completely miss this connection, our heart will still continue to love us and fill us with conscious life force, regardless of our vibratory level or polarity. If we ignore our inner guidance, it becomes outer guidance, asking for our attention and diverting energy that is misaligned. If we continue to be intentionally ignorant, our life starts to hurt, and we diminish our life force by contracting in fear. Eventually a desire arises for greater understanding. Continuing ignorance leads to more intense experiences, ultimately creating trauma, which is designed to eliminate attachment to negativity, while guiding us to resolve the limiting beliefs we hold about ourselves, allowing us to suffer. The appearance of trauma in our life can be very disconcerting. Trauma instills self-destructive, negative, subconscious alignment, and an intensely traumatic experience leaves a deep emotional wound in our psyche. At some point, we must face and resolve it. The path to resolution is through acceptance, forgiveness, compassion, and love. It really requires aligning with our essence beyond space-time. Extreme trauma creates a crisis situation in our psyche and leaves us unable to consider positive scenarios. We just want to leave the body and move into a discarnate life. If we allow ourselves to follow this thread in a meditative state, we may be able to find our inner light. Although we enter this life with a plan, we have absolute freedom to change it, especially if it gets too difficult, unless we're emotionally detoxifying and need to experience a specific challenge. If we go into an intense traumatic crisis, all we can do is follow the path of the most powerful energy impinging upon us. If that causes a desire to transition to a realm beyond the physical world, it behooves us to recognize and align with this energy, especially if it cannot be resisted. In intense traumatic crisis situations, we lose all desire to enjoy life in the body. To heal ourselves, we must go beyond the body in our perspective. If we can follow this path in our imagination, if we can practice imagining and envisioning ourselves meditating within the realm beyond our current reality, we can recognize our presence of awareness beyond space-time. We have the choice of recognizing the radiant presence of persons who truly love us. They may be non-localized, but we can feel their presence. They invite us to align with them in joy and love. Our awareness can expand beyond our negative trends of trauma crisis and transform into a higher dimensional state of being, leading to dissolution of fear in the presence of joy. This is where healing occurs, and we have a new perspective that is more in alignment with the life-enhancing intent of our conscious life force. When we have had extremely self-destructive experiences, we develop a greater sensitivity to the presence of life-enhancing energy and a greater desire for it. This is the way of life enhancement. When we suffer deeply and we understand it, we gain greater compassion for ourselves and everyone. We can realize that we had lost our heartfelt understanding of life, which vibrates with unconditional acceptance and love. As we expand our internal sensitivity, we become more aware of the qualities of all the energies around us in our understanding. We can imagine the consequences of our personal vibratory patterns, and we can choose the ones we want to experience. This is how we can create a new world of positive polarity and beauty.